Hello and welcome to Lesson 8 in Intermediate Programming with Scratch. This is our little random word generator project. We've got, as we mentioned, we've got a variable here we created called letter. We've got a list called letters. And we've got our little guy saying the letter and going through and combining the list into a word. Now let's go through these kind of a little slower. These two balls are doing the exact same thing. Now, one thing I'm doing, and you notice here, it's when it receives yay, and he's sending yay here, right? When his costume changes to man 2, he's broadcasting yay, and this is doing this every time it receives yay, and we talked about broadcasting in the first 5 lessons, if you remember those. So really what we're doing so that it looks like these balls come from his hands, and we're finding out when his hand goes out where that X and Y position is. And this is for his right hand, and then there's one for his left hand, right? So we're finding out where his hand is in that XY position. So this one's right about 75 minus 36. So that's what we're doing there. Let's stop this. And then this ball, as it goes out, it's gliding out to where we want it up in here, and I just moved the mouse up there and got the coordinates, X and Y, and so that's where it's gliding to. And to make it kind of look like this burst, I'm going size 500% and changing the color effect, 400% color effect, and I'm stamping it each time so that it kind of has this, you notice it kind of has this circle within a circle within a circle view. That's how we're doing that. And I did it to both of these, and I'm waiting down here at the end before it clears my stamp and goes back to the beginning. And I'm just doing that with both of these. So it looks like he's throwing something from each hand. Now you'll have to experiment a little bit with this X and Y position because your sprite is going to be a little bit different to make things look like they're coming out. That's just something fun we did. Add a little bit to it. And so a little bit more about the man here, though. You notice we did have these 2 costumes, man 1, man 2. When this first starts, I'm deleting all the letters of my list. And here's all my list functions. We can add a thing, and we're adding a thing here, and that's the letter. Now you look here, let's just scroll this out and bring add thing. Say if I wanted to just tinker with this. When I double click this, I'm going to add rich to letters. Now if I look here, see how it added my name to as an element to my list? So you can do that manually too. And in our next thing, we're going to kind of deal with a manually created list. But we're dynamically creating it with a variable here. But here's all the things we can delete. Delete things from our list, insert new things in different locations among our list. This is going to list the length. So the length of letters, what that is a reporter block that's telling us how many elements we have. And so in this case, it would be 8. We would have 8 elements. And in fact, if I wanted to even experiment with that to show you, we could go to looks. And let's think for a couple of seconds. The length, and it should say 8, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that I added my name. So let's go over here and there it is. You can see he's saying 8, just like we thought he would. So that's right. So let's go ahead and drag this over. We don't want that anymore. So that's how this is kind of working. He's switching his costumes and setting the variable, and it's picking. I got this in here. Letter. See, these are my operators, and because I have a variable now, it's showing me this letter variable, and it's going through here and it's picking letter something of all of my letters of the alphabet, and it's randomly going through. And it's picking one. See, there's that pick random, 1 through 27. So it's randomly picking one of these letters of our predefined alphabet right there. And then it's setting the letter variable to that. And then it's thinking the letter variable. And that think comes from looks. So the difference between a think and a say is, you notice, see right here, see how it's got that little bubble coming up? That's a thinking bubble. And then at the end, you'll see the say bubble, and it's a little bit different. So he's thinking E, he's thinking O, he's thinking X, he's thinking nothing, W, S, and then he says the word. That's the say box. And so that's what we're doing there. He's saying it there, and he's thinking it there. Okay, and then here he's saying letters for 5 seconds, so he's combining all of them. He's saying all of them. He's combining all of them for 5 seconds to make the word, and then it's stopping. So that is your project and your script. So go ahead and create that project. Use the sprites that you want. Do something kind of creative up here so that it looks like there's something else happening. Other than just the guy saying the letters and combining those into words, as we're doing here. But let's go ahead and do something kind of creative. Do something fun with a random word generator. Remember, you're going to upload this project to Scratch also, and you're going to create a blog post with your Scriptastic, your personal Scriptastic link. And then you're going to go ahead and post that to your blog so that everyone can see it, and you can share your project that way. Now we're going to get into some even funner stuff, a little bit more advanced stuff with lists. For our last 2 lessons, we're going to deal with kind of some ants and some cool pre-generated lists.